Let's talk about Google Cloud Documentation. You can find on this address docs Google Cloud google.com docs. So what here is documentation. We have three different types. We have Quickstarts. This is information, basic information, basic sample, and very primitive example that you can repeat to understand basic commands, basic moves in this area. Next type is guide. Next type is guide, step by step. So when you need to do some operation, documentation give you direction and step-by-step implementation of your tasks. And third, biggest API reference, which give you full information about API and params, method, and exception. So let's try to find something. Let's review, find virtual machine, and let's see what it give us. So here we find topics and we can filter it. Let's filter by compute. Virtual machine is compute, so more relevant information here. Then we can find tutorial. Let's review tutorial. So we can see how to create VM instance in Compute Engine. So let's review. So here is step-by-step guide. So we need to have account, then we enable Compute API, go to navigate to this point and create an instance page. We need to select OS, then configure firewall section, then press create. This is basic example. So how we can connect to instance, how we can clean and delete this. This also we can see getting started tutorial. So it gives a lot of information, so about products, how to do it. So here is interactive tutorials, developer tools. You can see how to do. So here is client server and set to project, create VM, create, install applications, how we can do, and start button. Okay, next we review tutorial. Let's review code sample. So this is code snippets. Let's review. So we can see how we can use code version. For example, we use Java. What we need import. So we need to add dependency Google Cloud Compute. So you can see operation future. So this is standard library. How we can define project, zone, instance, how we can make operation here. Here also good button to copy, open an editor, and we can view it on GitHub. So here we can see complete sample. So we can just copy it. So reset instance file. Here is POM dependencies we can get from here. What we need to work with Google platform. Here is API reference, so we can see what we can do. Let's review VM migration. So we we see full API documentation, so methods. Okay, let's review create. So for example, so what we do here is example. So Google API, projects, migrating VMs, what it has strings, create, query parameters, request body, authorization, response body, and sometimes usually also here is to try, option to try, but not here, unfortunately. Okay, so and reference architecture. So here is documentation how we can configure Active Directory for virtual machine to automatically. So objectives, costs, before you begin, pre-requirements. So organization units, we need to have Active Directory, implementing how we can, here is diagram, what we do, what happen at end steps, which we need to do to get that result. So pretty big piece of work. So that's important note. So you have a lot of information in documentation. I prefer work with documentation. Okay. Here's, and here we can here is architecture for this topic we're interested in from IAM perspective. So let's review application security. If we find here using ctrl+f, so we can find in this entire document, we can find all, including according to IAM. So what we do, service accounts, roles,